Hello, Star Wars CCG players, fans, and everyone who just loves to hear the sound of my voice. This is Garrett Larson, Deadbody, on the forums and Slack and everything else. On here today to deliver you an OCS Top 16 game. We've got Matthew Harrison-Trainor, who's going to be facing off against Justin Desai. So two of the top players in the game right now. Obviously, last year's OCS first and second, I believe. And this should be a spectacular game. They'll be playing game 2 tomorrow night, same bat time. Might actually be a different bat channel. I'm not sure where the we're going to have two games going on at the same time, so I will be streaming their second game tomorrow. I'm not sure if it'll be on the PC channel or on my channel and how that's going to work out, but suffice it to say, this is game 1. Game 2 will happen tomorrow at this same time, and we should be in for a show. I mean, Justin Desai, if you follow SSAv CCG Star Wars at all, you know who Justin is. 3-time world champ. Dude's an amazing player and has been for a long, long time. Matthew Harrison-Trainor, same deal. Outstanding player. I believe it was Justin's World Championship in Atlanta in 2022 that Matt took second in, and they played in the finals. They are friends. I believe they played together some in normal. I apologize for the echo. I'm just trying to see if I can figure out what we've got here. Let's shut that off. So, all right, did that clear the echo out? Hopefully. Otherwise, I just went completely silent, and we'll find out. So again, yep, perfect. See, I'm learning. Yeah, like I said, Justin and Matt, there is nothing I need to say to tell you guys just how insane this match has the potential to be. It's going to be outstanding. Matt decided to go with light side first, so he will be starting with his light side, playing against Justin's dark side. I don't know what the decks are. I know they submitted deck lists actually for the top 16 and top 8 at the same time, but they weren't released to any of us, so I am going right on sorry, just letting them know we're ready to go. So yep, they submitted the deck list already, so we'll see where this goes. I don't know what they're going to play. It kind of takes the fun out of it for me. I like to see the live plays and see what happens live and be just as surprised as you guys. I know Matt last year, I think it might have been in the GEMP PC, busted out the crazy Hitco with shield busting and made a very interesting thing. So we've got Matt Lightside going with QMC, which has been popular in the OCS, and Justin going with, looks like probably some sort of Tom Team 5 slip sliding Jabba's Palace deck. So I'm expecting Justin's deck will be all chock full of 7s and Force Lightnings and crazy stuff. Matt, I would expect, is playing some variation of the Ancient Watering Hole QMC. I expect we're just going to see a whole lot of folks trying to go to Cloud City. I think if Matt can get a foothold on Cloud City, can keep it rolling, can hold Bespin, he's in a pretty good position. Justin, ditching You Can't Hide Forever right away. to go grab something special planned for them. He did not grab a system, which I think is probably the right play. If he's going to be able to take over Bespin, he needs to be able to hold it and keep Matt off of Celebration and paying for drains. So forcing him to take Bespin aggressively is probably the play. Matt throws out his grabber, throws out aim high. Justin throws out his grabber. Justin's got the Jury Juice start as Jury Juice, so he's going to be grabbing likely a Jabba's Palace site, likely the Cantina. We may see him throw like Dejas Puher in the Cantina right away just to start the damage train. You know, like I don't hate the idea of putting some of his guys on Tatooine to get those, try and get that damage rolling, but he can't win this game just by him going to Tatooine and Matt going to Bespin. So, yeah, he may have had it in opening hand and just not going to deploy it because you're right, Joker King, floating to 0 is a real bad thing. So, but he didn't go get it, and I don't know if he's going to deploy it. I think he's better served. Oh, he is going to deploy it. He wants the Force. So I don't love that simply because, A, they're 5 parsecs away, although he's going to go get Nal Hutta as well. So he's just going to throw a bunch of ships out and count on everybody being able to drain for free. I'm, depending on what his space package is, I'm not totally convinced that's the play I like. I think you need to take Bespin in this matchup if you can, and I think he has the ability to go at it early quick. So, but Justin's certainly a slightly more accomplished player than myself, so we'll see what he's got going on here. As we did see, you know, he just threw out a bunch of stuff. He open-handed both Karita and one of the Jabba's Palace sites, the Droid Workshop. He used Jabba's Palace to go grab the Audience Chamber. Got Dejas, grabbed a card, setting up an early drain of 2, and just going to pick a couple up now and get himself set up while we see what MHT. I don't know. So I didn't look at the Team 5 decks from Worlds. I don't remember seeing set for stun. I did play against one of them. I played Lee Edwards at Worlds, and he didn't set for stun anyone that I remember. It is one of those cards that floats in and out of this deck a little bit because with so much tracking and so much activation, you can just guarantee to pop someone out, and set for stun can be really damaging when it's timed right. And, you know, Justin is the kind of guy who's definitely going to time that right. So Matt uses Belden's Eye to get Hark and the Overseer. Going to go grab a site with Quiet Mining Colony. He's got enough force. I mean, he has 11 force, so Matt's going to flip this turn either way. It's really going to depend what he thinks Justin can do and what else is in his hand in terms of how aggressive we see him flip, or if he flips and then hides everybody in the 1-0 for the moment. Getting Leia's guest quarters. Pretty standard. I mean, you're just throwing down the 2-1, drain -1 battlegrounds. If he flips this turn, we'll see if he's pulling the docking bay and landing Hark, or if he's sitting on like a alternatives to fighting or some such nonsense. Justin threw down Imperial Detention. Not sure that's going to come into play too much because there's nothing that's going to be free that's not by the card's own game text. You know, they're almost all, I guess, Lobot getting a free Lando, because I do think you're going to be seeing a lot of battles. So Matt open-handed Maz, so Maz goes to the 1-0, and Maz flips and gets Lando Calrissian V. So this is different than some of the QMCs we've seen so far in the... Yeah, Resistance Transport's a possibility. That'd be the only other real big card. So with Lando V, this turns into a little bit different deck than we've seen some of the other QMCs played so far in the OCS. We've seen some that were running almost a beatdown variant with Din Djarin and Lando with gun, and the ability to just, you know, especially with Ayla, you can just set your hand and then go, all right, I'm going to drop these 3 guys, draw 4 Battle Destiny, potentially shoot someone, and make you pay to come at, you know, make you pay for coming at me on Cloud City. Where this looks like it might be a little more hide and run kind of variant with Lando, although that Lando cancels a Dark Jedi's game text, which is really good, except Vader, but he can cancel, you know, you can drop him in front of like a Maul with lightsaber, Lord Maul with lightsaber, and just, thanks for playing, you know, we'll cancel all your game text and go to... Yeah, I think you're going to see a turtle. I think there's no... He's thrown out battle plan, so I don't think he's landing Hark. I think he's sitting on a Overseer or something, or the Alternatives Fighting, maybe sitting on Barrier. I do think you see the turtle into the 1-0 because you're also trying to force Justin to pay. QMC does traditionally turtle a little bit on turn 1, especially in this case where Justin just activated 17 force on turn 2. Like, that's a little nuts, honestly. And he'll pay 3 to drain for 2. So, Figrindan and the modal nodes, and there went the Resistance Transport. So Joker King did call it right on the... This is one of the cards that, you know, the detention is worried about. And I do think Justin and Matt have likely playtested this match or similar matches together and have a pretty good idea of what's going on. See the grab on the Masterful move? That's something I've seen players do against decks like this, and I really don't hate, because it's a really easy to track 6 that Justin would like to be able to just keep running through. And in a deck that just wants to drop high destiny on you and wants to track those destiny, that's not a bad card to just get. So Justin going with Palpatine to Jabba's Palace instead of putting him somewhere on Cloud City. Yeah, definitely with the combo grab canceling Celebration, it's an even better reason to grab, but it's still a solid... Always a solid grab. Matt looks like he waited until Justin's move phase to use his keeping, probably just to keep the extra force in case of something like a first strike drop on Hark, where he needed the force for barriers or alternatives. Justin looking content at the moment to just set himself up. I'm not positive I love that play, although with Palpatine, Lando being able to cancel his game text, that's not a great card to just put down at Cloud City, because Lando just says, great, you don't have any immunity anymore, and that's not necessarily good. And especially when if Lando cancels his game text, I don't think he can Force Lightning Lost, because he no longer has any immunity, and canceling immunity is a cost to play Force Lightning. So we'll see. Looks like Matt activated his own 16 force, uses Maz, reveals the top 3, and it looks like he got nothing. So that's probably not what he wanted to happen. A single sense or even 2 sense or sense combos in here would definitely not be a terrible card to see. Matt does not drain with his 19 cards in force pile, goes for a docking bay. And I'm assuming he will definitely find it here. We'll see the Cloud City docking bay come down. Justin with 14 cards in hand, and he's going to activate 90. He's going to activate a third of his deck, or a third of his starting deck, closer to half of his deck now, or over half of his deck. He's got 40 cards down, or 30 cards down, and he's activating 19. Good lord. Matt grabbing something with keeping. I'm assuming he's just trying to kind of slowly get his Ancient Watering Hole and his 5 species out there. Right now he's just got 2, Rio and Hark, both count. I like the slow pace here from Matt a little bit, because QMC definitely is a deck that once it stabilizes and starts to get ahead, it can sort of snowball, especially with Watering Hole. And the worst mistake you can make is just do something dumb early and get jumped and lose the cards you want. Like losing that Figurant off the top actually was not the card Matt wanted to lose, although as long as it's not a Celebration, he's probably okay with that. Like Celebration is the card I don't think you can afford to lose here. That's the win condition here, is just get your Celebration going, get your steady retrieval of a couple to basically offset that Cantina drain, and see where it goes. So Matt grabbed a card. He's still 18 cards in force, 9 in hand. He's got to do something here. I don't necessarily see a huge spread out this early, just with Justin having a pile of force and cards in hand. But if he's got some of the protection, he's got barriers, he's got paths, etc., that might not be a terrible play. But I think we might just see maybe 1 or 2 more species into the 1-0, the upper corridor, and give Justin another turn. This is kind of a waiting game, and see who opens up the door first. So right now we're just kind of waiting as Matt is thinking through his turn. Matt's definitely a deliberate player. He takes his time, make the right plays, make the right decision on the lines he wants to take. And this is actually, I mean, it's super early and you can't win the game on turn 2, but you can definitely lose it if you make a mistake. So now we see Din going to the West Gallery. That tells me I think he's going to spread out. I think he's sitting on, or knows he's going to draw into barriers, paths, etc., to make it difficult for Justin to come at him. Cara Dune with Heavy Blaster Cannon, Blaster Rifle. That's a card you don't see a ton of, and there's your Celebration. You don't see Cara Dune a ton in this, but I do like her. She gives you a species. She's a gambler. She's a trooper. She's got a gun. Would not actually be shocked to see some sort of Sabak here. And there's Ray down as well. I would not be shocked to see some sort of Sabak dropped just to mess with Justin's tracking. I mean, Cara Dune sets it up really nicely. You can kind of set your play up and know what you've got. And really just, again, you mess with Justin's tracking. This SSA, Slipsliding Away, Jabba's Palace deck really relies on knowing where your high destinies are, using those high destinies really effectively. And if you can keep them off that, that's a good thing. So it looks like Matthew's just moving everybody over to the West Gallery. He is still just, nope, I'm not going to make a mistake. I'm not going to leave myself open. He's still 1 species shy, and he doesn't have Watering Hole on table, so it doesn't really matter until he gets that and the extra species. Going to draw, assuming he'll pick a few up. Probably not too many, but yeah, he's leaving 5 in forest. He can go get 1 with keeping. He wants to save for everything else. I'm sure he's sitting on an alternative to fighting. I'm sure he's sitting on a 2, you know, and he's just going to use what the situation calls for it. So Justin activated, so he's got 21 force in his force power right now, and he's going to force push to go grab any one card from that giant force pile. Yeah, I think if I'm Justin, if he has the cards, and I think, you know, he's going to get them, he's going to have the cards. Going to space is what you have to do. You need to have an answer there for celebration. Honestly, JNAP, I think he's going to play one barrier. If he goes to space, he's going to play a barrier. If Justin cancels it or not, he's going to save the rest for an alternatives. I don't think you'll see, because I think Justin will grab barrier and probably grab alternatives unless he thinks there's something more important to grab. Because the other part of the alternatives is if you can take Bespin and just get rid of celebration, you know, if all he's getting out of celebration is one force of turn, you're not super concerned about that. And there's enough systems in play. We see the do or do not come down. That sort of screams, I think you might be playing sense. Because if he was really worried about protecting his cards, I think you'd see an oppressive. So it's a, I want to punish you for trying to sense things. So Justin goes to space, but just ignores Bespin. Just goes to Kurita, says, all right, I'm going to set up my own battle order plan, you know, battle plan, safe drains. As he drained for 2, and Matt lost Solo and Path of Least Resistance off the top. Those are both cards everyone expected to see in this matchup. Like, those are all going down there. So Applek to the West Gallery. I assume we'll see somebody else with him simply to take advantage of the extra battle destiny, as that's a, you know, Applek alone is not going to face this battle, and I think Matt's probably thinking the same thing and waiting. So there's no benefit in burying Applek. Like, wait for the second guy, barrier him, and that way Justin's got 2 guys committed to that site. Okay, and Justin just draws. So Justin's blocking the drain. Matt grabs a card with Ray. Did not keeping this turn. There's the keeping. Okay. I was like, at some point that's got to happen. So grabs a card with Ray, grabs a card with keeping, and I don't know. Applek looks. We know Justin's got the Gick, and maybe that's what it was just. I don't know. Like, Applek didn't get buried. I don't understand the. I don't understand that play. So I'm hopeful Justin has something interesting to teach me a lesson, and I can hopefully explain some of the big brain thinking to you, because I'm not sure where Justin's going with this yet. I like Boba Fett. I'm fine with Fett going to Kurita and just, okay, I'm going to try and drain race you. And maybe he's got some sort of answer, you know, maybe he's just counting on the. He's going to take a drain of 1 here, as we see Maz revealing 3. Looks like Matt did get at least 1 alien, as he got Nin Nub, Celestin Smuggler. And maybe he's just counting on Matt draining for 1 and dropping like a 7 from hand to retrieve it with Applek, and then, yeah, maybe stunning leader or something along those lines. I mean, Steve's a good player. Like, I don't see Steve making this play either. So that's what like I said, I'm confused right now. Justin's got a plan, I'm sure. I want to see what it is. And I will give Justin all the credit in the world for being a very, very good player and having a plan for this turn and this kind of play. So let's see what it is. As Matt got Nin Nub, Celestin Smuggler, keeping for a card, retrieving 1 with Celebration, so he's going to get back that Path of Least Resistance. which isn't necessarily a card Justin wants to see him get back. So, yep, so Justin is losing a 6 from hand, so I was a little bit right on the... He's going to drop a high destiny to get it back with Applek and have something going there. And there's the watering hole. We're still one species short, but actually Nub would get him there. Where I feel like Matt's got to have some sort of plan that's not just Battle Applek. All right, so Calfell and Cinderace gets him there as well, so that bumps him up to 5 species. Calfell's not actually going to do anything in that battle because he'll draw 2 Destiny to Justin's 1, so Calfell won't cancel or won't reduce to 0. Nub does really well on Freighters. I'm betting Matthew's holding him for something on the wild card, as he'll, reduce immunity, add to total battle destiny, adds a couple power, like just a solid guy on the wild card. I feel like he's just going to battle Applek here. Like, you've got Calfell there just to, she forfeits for 6, right? Yeah, like, you just go, all right, I guess, let's pick a fight here and see what Justin's got. I guess I wouldn't be shocked, like even a sneak attack for a 7, Maz subtracts 1 and it's a 6 and you lose Calfell. Like, I'm patiently waiting. There's Ayla at the site next door. I think that's probably worth the play. Like, Applek, worst case scenario, you just Gick out of it, so there's no real benefit in forcing out the Gick. So we get Lando going down with Ayla. Lando grabs Lobot. Looks like Matt is saying, all right, well, now I'm going to drain for 2, 2, and 2, and I'm going to retrieve 2 and make you have an answer for me here. Is he going to throw down Lobot with Lando and Ayla? I kind of assume. Yep, there's Lobot. I'm expecting we're just going to see a, punch Applek in the face here, unless he's got some other plan. And yeah, he'll get one back with Din. I don't know. I don't, like I said, I'm sitting here feeling stupid because I'm sure Justin's got a better plan than I know of, and I'm just not seeing it. So let's see what we've got here, as Matt's just thinking through the rest of his deploy. I think figuring out he's got 7 cards in hand, he's got 10 force. I'm sure he could throw some more cards down, but this is a match play format, so you don't necessarily want to put down too much if you don't need to. So he's using Din to target Applek. No shock there. He just wants the retrieval from Din. Yep, so we're starting the battle. Applek's going to retrieve Palpatine, so he'll be power 11. So he's down, Justin's down 7 in power. He's down, there's the stunning leader that we kind of talked about, so that's going to eliminate everybody except Calfell and Rio, I think, and Cara Dune, but it eliminates Applek, which is the big thing. And it means Justin doesn't get any Din retrieval. I don't hate that play. Like, you lost, you lost stunning leader to block a drain of 1. Yeah, the stunning made sense. I understood the play. I'm not sure I wouldn't have preferred it next turn when it was going to be a drain of 2. Like, you got back the Palpatine and lost the stunning leader to block a drain of 1. So I'm not in love with the play, but I don't hate it enough to feel bad about it. He does, however, because Masterful Move is grabbed, Matthew doesn't have a second grabber out there. So we'll see what he's doing as Matt moves Rio over to the 1-0. Just get another drain in because he's kind of the least impactful guy out there. Justin going and grabbing a Force Lightning. I'm assuming that might be one of the ones he put back with that Force Push when he did it. Although this is a deck that runs multiple Force Lightnings, so yeah, Justin has a play here, and that might have been he'll put down Applet this last turn to go real heavy this turn because he's got 27 cards down. Like, he's activating 19, but last turn, like, he needed to deploy Boba Fett, he needed to deploy Applet. That +1 from the Overseer being at Bespin might have been just enough to slow him down a little bit. He'll get some drains in this turn, which is good for him. You should see 2 1-1. As he's still in activate, just thinking if there's anything else he needs to do here, but he's got, yeah. I gotta imagine we're gonna see something going on. What just happened to my system? Alright, I have no idea what just happened there, but something. I think that might have been Gemp. I don't think that was me because it just killed everything there. So there might have been a revert requested. Looks like Matt grabbed a card with keeping, and now Justin's going to drain for 2 at the Cantina. See what Matt loses here. He's got 11 cards in hand. I wouldn't. Yeah, that could very well have been a Gimp lag. Losing a path from reserve and don't tread on me from reserve. I mean, Justin, Matt would have liked those 5s, but he's not crushed over this. Justin draining for 1 at Jabba's Palace. And Matt loses Eller's Matic, Pilot Instructor from reserve deck, another Smuggler Pilot for the wild card. Batmouse needs lots of reverts, but that shouldn't have destroyed Gemp for me. I just assumed it was on me. Let's see, drain at Kurita here. And then I don't think we'll see it this turn, but the other thing we could see from Justin is just as we lose the Rescue in the Clouds from hand, so either Matt's sitting on 2 of them, or he's just not worried about. I mean, he's obviously not worried about a Force Lightning, although Count Dooku can come down and fry sizzle somebody pretty quick. He could also be. Yeah, I am talking, and everyone else seems to hear me, so that's probably not me this time. Jabba's Audience Chamber getting used to grab Erica V, which will start getting him some. I'll start giving Justin a little bit of retrieval. I wouldn't hate to see Galed dropped right here and just a. Especially if he's got the another stunning leader to block that drain of 2 and just say, all right, I'm going to trade you drains here. I don't think it's a long-term winning play because you're draining. I mean, you'll be draining for 2, 4. There we see Count Dooku. Now, his text can be canceled by Lando. Overseer getting used here as Justin deployed a Dark Jedi to a related location, so Matthew will use the Overseer and go grab, I'm assuming, the North Corridor. There it is, the North Corridor. So Matt, I'm sure, happy to get that 0 out of his deck and ready to be drained, be used as a drain of 2. Did not, again, no barrier, so Dooku's just sitting there alone. I'm wondering what we're going to see here, because pathing Din into that battle could get real nasty. So Justin just using a Force. He moved into move phase, so he's just sitting on, the Gick plus Force Lightning, etc. So he moves Applic to the 2-1, or the North Corridor, which is, I mean, he's not going to be able to use the Drain Cancel text there, because anywhere Matthew has an alien, that Drain can't be canceled or modified, but he's going to force Justin, or he's going to force Matt to move over there and follow him. And then again, save more force just to cancel that drain. So we're going to Force Lightning Lost on Lando. I'm assuming Justin's been tracking so far, so we're going to see a Fry Sizzle. We're waiting a little bit, so I'm wondering if... Oh! That's not the destiny he wanted to draw. As we see a 1, is Justin sitting on a Sith Fury to cancel and redraw? There's Sith Fury. Yeah, I don't know where Forlom is, Tom. He's hiding from Justin. You know, when you're active... Oh my goodness. That was not what Justin wanted to see there, as he... Ouch. Yeah, he did pull Erica, but, you know, the deck runs a ton of high destinies, so it was... I gotta assume Justin counted it, and those might have been the, 2 of 5 that missed. Just leaving Dooku in front of that pile. Well, I mean, we know he's got the Gick. We know he's got another Force Lightning. He's gonna, he's gonna do something interesting. He may be sitting on another stunning. He's probably trying to draw up and find Galid or Forlom or both. Because Galid at least makes this an interesting game. Like, you get Galid down there, you're suddenly draining for 2-2-2-1 and retrieving 1. And if you can keep some pressure on at Cloud City, you actually get ahead in the math. He's going to be falling a little bit behind. So, well, I mean, Tony Romo made a whole lot of money calling games, so... Tom, I would assume, would know, is saying no Galid in the deck, so then Justin's got to change the math by getting stuff going at Cloud City. There's the double back for Forlom, I'm betting. Unless Forlom's in that 3/4. Nope, they're not getting a verify. So there's Forlom. And now Justin's day just brightened up a little bit. Probably would have liked that earlier, but can't always get what you want. Let's see what Matt does here. Is he's did not activate all of it. He left himself 5 in reserve, which makes me wonder if we are going to see some shenanigans with path and battles and extra battle destinies and just lots of nastiness. Joker King, why would you do that to him? Matt activates a couple more. Apparently he's only thinking of having a couple battles now, not as many as he was thinking of before. As Justin, I'm sure, is sitting there going, please don't Gemp shuffle me into, those 2-1s getting drawn again. See what he loses and from where here, as Matt starts with the drain of 2 at the West Gallery. And Gemp freezes up on me again. Alright, well, fortunately you guys are seeing that, so it's, again, not my system. Don't tell me what to do, Dan. You're not my real dad. So it looks like the drain of 2, Justin lost double back from used pile, and then he lost that Zuckuss and Mist Hunter from the top of reserve. Drain of 1 at the non-battleground. He loses a Force Lightning from hand. I mean, he has grabbed a couple, so there's probably a third one sitting in hand, and he might just figure he's not going to use it. Loses 2 more, Lord Maul from reserve and Sense from hand, so he was sitting on Senses. Yeah, Dan, there's, some of this stuff is just not going to happen. I'm sorry, but, awesome and good looking. I can pick one of the two, and I got a face for radio, so I'm just going to keep being awesome and we'll go with it. Matt's grabbing a card with keeping. Right now, the math is on his side. Like, I didn't see him retrieve with Celebration yet, but they've got real similar life force count. I mean, he's got 19, Matt's got 19 down and 11 in hand for a total of 30. Justin's got 19 down and 13 in hand, so he's got a total of 32. But as soon as Matt retrieves these two, excuse me, Matt's going to retrieve 2 with Celebration here, and now they're at 32 to 32. Yeah, I was thinking that, Justin, is Matt had the Rescue in the Clouds and was deciding that it wasn't worth. He was just going to retrieve Lando and deal with it, and that would explain why he lost the other Rescue in the Clouds, is there's no reason to have 2 in hand. Like, that's a one time. You need that once to cancel Force Lightning. You don't need it a second time. And at that point, it wasn't going to be, the Force Lightning itself wasn't going to be super impactful. Like, losing Lando is okay, I'll lose Lando. Like, he's not a huge thing in here. Yeah, and like I said, like, losing Lando really didn't hurt him there. And especially if you cycle him down and then you can just deploy him for free as a react with Lobot. Like, if he had Force Lightning him, he would have been. Yeah, the rescue, if he had rescued to cancel it. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So, Leia Rebel Princess going down to the audience chamber in front of Erica. That screams to me that Matt has his Hujix. So, there's no reason to make that play otherwise, but he is going to cancel Erica for the moment because as an alien she is not, can never be a non-alien. And there's Yogurt, Yakskit, virtual for free down at the North Corridor. I'm assuming that's just going to be a, we gonna move some guys over. I expect you'll see like Din, Maz, Kara, maybe Calfal, and then maybe a, I don't know, if you move Rio and give up that Drano 1, oh no, there's another guy. So Nia Nub, and at this point Matt might just start a battle too, like fine, I'll trade you one, you know, trade you guy for a guy type thing and just take you off my Cloud City. I mean, Applic's got no immunity, so whatever he's draw is going to be done. Yeah, the Leia's more blocking the Erica drain and the Erica retrieval than necessarily canceling the Dejas drain. Like, blocking the Erica drain, blocking the Erica retrieval is good. So we see Matt start a battle at Cloud City at the guest quarters at Leia's hut versus Count Dooku. Does Erica's retrieval happen? If present at a battleground, oh, she is still present. She just has no ability. Okay, so yeah, you don't stop Erica's retrieval. That's ability at the same site equals 0. Yeah, so Count Dooku's game text is canceled, so he's not getting back. You know, he doesn't have any immunity, so you're going to see Dooku die, and honestly, you're probably going to see that anyways with 2 Destiny. Although Justin sneak attacks a card in hand, so and draws a path for Battle Destiny, and it's a hit. So he would have cracked Dooku's immunity either way. Total Battle Destiny 9 as he gets the +1 off of Ancient Watering Hole. Justin draws a 6, which is just going to cost Matt 1 guy. And Justin's going to lose Dooku. Matt's going to have to do, or excuse me, Justin's going to have to do something here to get this math going closer into his favor. He may actually have set that up to battle Applek and just get, you know, he'll let Justin have that Dark Jedi back because it's still just a 1 and it doesn't hurt him too much with the Applek drain. So we'll see, or he's going to just leave Applek there and see where this goes. Which honestly wouldn't be the worst thing ever either. Like, you just move Dajas over and just set up your drains, and Justin's got all the force in the world. He's got 11 cards in hand, but he's got to do something to fix his math here. So, and I'm wondering a little bit if Matt thought Leia would cancel the Erica retrieval. So we'll find out if he says something in chat and says, wait a minute. So we'll find out. He may know better than me, and, you know, we'll see. I think he's still deciding if he wants to battle Applek. Like, yep, that's, you battle Applek. You don't love giving Justin back a Dooku, but, like, Dooku by himself isn't that scary. You've already seen 2 Force Lightnings go away. Like, Dooku without Force Lightning really isn't that scary here. And it also limits, you know, Applek's power and limits what Justin can draw for good destiny otherwise. Matt drawing the wild card, which I feel like might be a ship he was kind of hoping to draw into somewhere. Like, that would have been a solid just take Boba Fett out of space. Applek drawing a 2 for Battle Destiny actually means that Matt loses nothing, as all his guys are immune. Oh, there we see another Sith Fury to cancel and redraw. I feel like Matt's probably not... Oh, Justin is not getting what he's at. So Justin's like second action of the game was to grab Gick Tom. So Justin absolutely had the Gick. He might have been more worried about potentially needing it with Applek. And even then, I don't know that a sneak attack would have... If he sneaks the 6, I guess, yeah, he clears them both because they both forfeit for 4 and 5. Well, Justin needs 4 alarm. Justin's dark side. Matt is well ahead right here. He does move Rio over just to back up that site. Wouldn't be shocked to see maybe Calfal walk over. Ray goes to the 1-0, which is fine. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Calfal or somebody walk over to back up Lando. Calfal or Maz would be my guess, but Matt also might be, you know, he wants to save that force. He's definitely sitting on something. That's alright. I've said names wrong before too, Berm, so not a big deal. Justin's got to do something, and I think he's got to do it this turn. He's got to figure out a way to get ahead of this, or Matt's got a pretty solid setup. Like, if Justin doesn't do anything, Matt's draining him for 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and retrieving 3. Like, that's... The math on that is bad for Justin. And Matt's got 21 cards down right now. And he might just trust on, especially if he's got a path, he might just trust on Ayla and Lando sitting there. Oh, he's moving Lando over to the 1-0 with Ray. I guess that makes the drain uncancelable, but I'm not... I don't totally love that unless it's a... If Justin comes down on Ayla, he can path Ayla away and just live to battle another day. And force him to, you know, force Justin to come to that site. So Justin activates 18. leaving himself 3, which means Justin is definitely going to battle somehow. It'd be a great turn for Set for Stun if he had another ship in hand. Like, this is where Set for Stun to bounce back Hark and drop a ship and cancel Celebration would be really good if he could do it. So, Drain a 1 at Kurita. Matt, you loses a Rescue in the Clouds, so I do think he was sitting. Isn't Boba Fett only Hyperspeed 4? Boba's only Hyperspeed 4. He cannot get there from Kurita. So that's, yeah, Rescue would also have canceled. So that's at any, is that at any Bespin location or? Yep. So, and Matt loses the wild card and Keeper of the Peace Yoda. I think Matt's kind of counting on space is not going to be contested. Or if it is, he's sitting on something fun like on Chewie the Falcon. As Justin retrieves with Erica. So he'll get back that Applek, which is nice, but like, you still... He's coming to Cloud City for something. You know, he left himself 3 Destiny. He's going somewhere, but I don't know. Or he's going after Leia. I don't know that I love that play. Yeah, I'm assuming there's a dodge or a Hoojix or a something like... Matt knows what Justin's deck does. There's no way you drop Leia there without some way to do it, as we see a Rebel Barrier played on Maul. Justin grabs Rebel Barrier. That's the first interrupt he's grabbed, although that is one of the first interrupts Matt has played. He never barriered anything going to Cloud City, and he hasn't used the alternatives or anything, so Justin really hasn't had a good chance to barrier or to grab cards. So that barrier getting grabbed, that doesn't help. Doesn't help Matt's situation right now. Or excuse me, Justin's situation right now. I almost wouldn't hate to see Forlom go there. Yep. So Forlom goes there as well. You can't swing, but that does allow him to battle through Leia. And I don't know if Matt wants to pay 3 to barrier Forlom as well, if he's even got another barrier in hand. Like, he might have been counting on that one. And frankly, Forlom and Erica versus Leia isn't a big deal. And P-59 going down against Ayla. Alright, I guess. I mean, I don't love that play simply because you can't shoot. Or no, you can shoot Ayla. There's first strike. I was thinking Ahsoka. You can shoot. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's pathing Ayla away. I think that was the play no matter what. As we see another keeping. Matt grabbing a card with keeping. We'll see the 2 first strike battles. Interestingly enough, he could have still initiated, I believe, against Leia, even without dropping Forlom. So yep, so retrieval, he's not going to pay, but he does cost MHT the computer interface from reserve. Here's the P-59 shot, and it is a 6. No response to it, so he's getting the hit. He'll cost MHT a couple force, and does get rid of that drain of 2. Like, that's a solid... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He could have initiated the battle, and then it would have been immediately canceled if he had battled at the audience chamber without putting Forlom down. So, and I think he would have done that either way. Loses. It's a hit from reserve, and Luke the Last Jedi from used pile. I think he knew what that was and determined that Luke really wasn't going to be that impactful this game. Battle Destiny is a 4. That's immaterial because Ayla's hit. Like, that's all he was trying to do was hit Ayla. Let's see. And Matt draws a 5. That tells me Matt didn't really have a ton of cards to count at P59 with, because you absolutely could have gone at P50. If he had cards in hand to go after P59, that would have been the shot. Like, even if you take the 2 force. Rescue wouldn't have helped him there because it only stops on characters of ability less than 5. So the rescue doesn't save your Jedi. Yeah, you know, Erica's, I'm sure, dying this turn. There's no way you're ditching Forlom at this point. You need Forlom. And Justin gets back the P59, which I do like as a play. Like, P59 can do a lot of damage against what are effectively weenie cards. Okay, so if you'd had a P59 or rescue, if you'd have let P59 live. Yeah, I think with 6 cards in hand, Matt just decided either he didn't have the cards to go after him or didn't want to. Although he loses the Chewie with Bowcaster, like, he could have put some power on P59. And, you know, but Justin's still sitting on a Gix, so, like, there's no... It's not a great plan. Like, you don't get the huge beatdown, so you know Justin's sitting on a Gic. There's no thing. Yeah, I would think there's no Han Chewie in the Falcon V. I think it's just a... They're both content to just hold their system, hold their battle plan. And I don't love that play. Yeah, we saw the wild card, which, you know, gets loaded up if he needs it to be. The wild card plus Keeper of the Peace Yoda. Yeah, he lost it earlier, and I don't think he'll get it back. He's only going to retrieve 2 with Celebration this turn. So, you know, even if he paths a guy over and retrieves 3, he's still not going to get to the wild card. But I don't think he needs to. Like, if he's got a path here, I think you just path over a dude. I think that was an okay turn for Justin. I'm not sure it was great, because you're still potentially eating a drain of at least 7 and giving up some retrieval, and, like, you didn't really change the math a whole lot. Yeah, for match play purposes, at this point, it's just costing Matt cards. Like, Justin needs to just grind Matt down, because I don't think he's winning this game. It's a... grind him out as much as he can, get it close so he can come back tomorrow night on this or my channel and get the count going. Matt's at 15 and 6 in hand. Justin's at 24 and 5 in hand, but you're going to see some more cards going to drains as Justin lost a Maul Strikes and Dark Time for Rebellion. Forlom to card. Another drain of 2. Loses another Dark Time and a Stunning Leader off the top. Searches for Force Lightning. There's not one. Yeah, I mean, Justin has drains going, but he's draining for less and retrieving nothing versus Matt's drain and retrieve, as we see Justin lose a Choke Lord Vader, Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith off the top. Matt does not path to increase his drains, just takes his drain and goes with it, as we see Ayla or Aura Singh go off the top. Matt's going to retrieve a couple with Secret Plans, getting back Leia Rebel Princess and Chewie with Bowcaster. He does have the Yox kit, so drawing Chewie is something there. Matt verifying his reserve deck, so it wouldn't shock me to see him just drop and battle into Daejas. Like, I think Justin may be sitting on a barrier. I know this deck ran some barriers at times. I've seen him in there. I haven't seen any go lost yet, I don't think. Oh, No, we're going into space. There's booster and pulsar skates. So you must have a 4 or a 5 in there to blow up Boba's immunity. We are seeing a barrier. All right. I don't think Matt's too crushed over that. Like, fine, barrier me and, you know, put a pilot on there. Justin can't overflow you. So, you know, make him prove it. Make him battle you there. Make him have some other space or some way to not get taken out of space here. Yeah, I mean, the first strike retrieval is good, but I don't think it's enough to turn the game. Yeah, you're not going to keep the 5 on top with, you know, you're going to lose a drain of 5 here next turn. You're not going to have that 5 on top, but at the same time, like, the deck's got decent destiny. You've got Yoxkit if you draw that Chewy. Although the card under Chewy would be Leia Rebel Princess. You probably don't want that. Or no, Leia Rebel Princess would have been on top of that. Yeah, if you can get the diff down to single digits, I think Justin would be happy with that, because this isn't a great matchup for his deck. There's Dash on Booster and Skate. Random Pilot. That's all you're looking for at this point. Like, yeah, you got some power, but you're not too concerned about anything that goes on here. Like, Justin's got to have some sort of other space, because I don't think a drain of 5 and then losing space is the winning play here. So I'm not positive you'll see a first strike battle here unless he does something like throw, you know, Applek on board as a passenger or something. Like, that might be the play. Yeah, we did see. So he saw Zuckuss and he lost Zuckuss earlier. So that's going to be the play. And Matt says, you know what? You've only got 4 cards in hand. I'm going to spread out. Ray moves to the docking bay. I'm assuming we'll see some alien move to Leia's quarters. Yep, Maz. So he's getting a Battle Destiny everywhere. That's a battle. Yeah, he can Haven for Zuckuss and Mist Hunter. And Matt's only got 6 ability there. Like, that might be the play. Yeah, I don't know. There's lines there for Justin. I'm just not sure I love them when next turn he's eating a drain of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 and getting 4 back from Celebration. Like, that's what concerns me for Justin's line, is what's his line going to be? How is he going to change that math on Cloud City? Because short of that, you're not getting it going. And Matt's still saving 5, which screams an alternatives to fighting. And that's not going to help the situation either. Yeah, battling into Ray might not be the worst thing to happen, as we do see Emperor go grab a Force Lightning. So we know Justin's got a Force Lightning. I wonder if he's going to make Matt prove the Rescue in the Clouds, or if he's just going to zap it back with Forlom. And Justin activates down to 2. That, to me, screams Force Lightning plus Dooku. Path? I don't believe Ray can Path away. We'll wait till we see when he... Oh, there's a Path. I think Path is only interior mobile sites. Yeah, and if memory serves, this docking bay is only exterior. You cannot Path to and from that docking bay. Yeah, like, I think Jabba's Haven, he's got to get somebody back with Jabba's Haven here. But pathing into Yoxkit seems really bad. Like, putting him down and getting, you know, Din pathing over into Yakskit against that would be bad. Matt loses grappling hook, path of least resistance, Yakskit. What else did he lose there? Another path and Jar Jars. Matt lost some, you know, cards. We are going to see the Jabba's Haven retrieval here. Are we going to see Zuckuss? We are going to see Zuckuss. So now, yeah, I think he would have used a path last turn. You're right, Charlie. But, you know, Matt might be playing the long game and saying, well, I'm going to need this. I wonder if Justin's sitting on a sense, the sense for the alternatives, and just going, all right, I'll lose 2, but this is what I can do. And then moving Zuckuss over in front of Hark, and I don't know, I mean, Hark draws a Destiny to power. Like, you might lose Zuckuss to power there, but we'll find out. Justin starts the battle there, gets back Orasing with Blaster Rifle, and Matt loses Lisa Sirin from hand, which I don't necessarily love. I like her as a grind the game out quicker, throw her down and start, you know, naming stuff, although I think he might think he's close enough. There's the alternatives to fighting to cancel the battle. I'm assuming Justin's going to grab that. No, he's not. He's just okay. I guess just to get the 2 force swing, like grind him out of cards. I mean, Justin, MHT's down to 11 down or 12 down, but he's going to get back 4 this turn with that celebration. And Justin still does not have another and yeah, maybe the Destiny was bad, and oh, there's the Masterful Move combo to cancel celebration on Matt's turn, so he's not retrieving, which actually is good, real good for Justin. Like, he's still gonna eat a big drain, but he does stop the retrieval and keep Matt's differential a little lower, although I imagine Matt will just deploy another one here next turn. So we see Justin lose the double back and the Gick. I think, yeah, the Gick is immaterial at this point. He's not going to be getting into a battle that another drain of 2, loses a barrier, and Hondo. Another drain of 2, and Justin's going to lose Sith Fury off the top and Count Dooku from used. And another drain of 2. This is kind of what I was talking about, that QMC could just stabilize and all of a sudden just turn on the yuck. Orasing with Blaster and Comm Scan detection. See Emperor grabbing a Force Lightning. Drain a 1. 11 Force in a turn is, that's brutal. There goes an Applek from hand. And we'll see Justin putting back the Force Lightning to grab something. So we see a final drain of 2 here from Matt. We see Drain Ponda from hand and a Palpatine off reserve. So now Matt's got 12 down and 2 in hand for a total of 14. Justin's got 9 down and 4 in hand for a total of 13. Yeah, so when you grab a combo or non-combo card, it will stack anything with the same title. A combo card is considered to be a copy of both cards. So you saw the non-combo Masterful Move grabbed super early by Matt, and that meant when Justin played the combo Masterful Move to cancel celebration, it automatically got stacked, which was a solid play You know, that was a plan ahead play by Matt. That was a very smart play to grab that right away. Stop the 6. Yeah, there you could definitely get. Yeah, 3 different would be sense or alter. You could do the non-combo or the combo for each side, and then the non-combo would get you to 3. I think that would be the most you could get on any of them. Yeah, control would be the other one. That actually would be kind of amusing to get as Tom's like, well, now I got a new plan to do something with. I'm not drawing 9s anymore, so I want to see control, tunnel vision, set for stun. All 3 card titles stacked on 1 card. Let's go. Matt's just doing some thinking here. Like, again, we do... Yep, so there's the celebration. Second celebration right away. I doubt Justin's running another Masterful Move combo. But it did save him the 4 force this turn, and... honestly, Justin could... I don't think he can't battle and then draw up, but he could certainly, you know, activate drain for 5 and put Matt into single digits and then draw, and that would not be the worst thing to do. I think if he doesn't have another Masterful Move combo, that's what we're going to see, is an activate drain for 5, which will cut Matt down to a differential of like 8. Assuming there's nothing I'm missing here. But at the same time, Matt's got to do something because he's only got active force right now. And Justin could theoretically do something, you know, and not worry about getting it. So Matt has 11 down and 2 in hand. So he's got a total of 13 force. Justin has 9 down and 4 in hand. So a total of 13 force. But Justin's threatening a drain of 5, and Matt's threatening a drain of 77. The reason to draw up is Matt just put celebration back down and will be celebrating for 4. So if you drain him now, you get him down to 8. I mean, I guess you could theoretically get him down to 7. I mean, we do see Matt move Booster away and just stabilize with 2 guys at each Cloud City site. Draining for 6 now that he moved him away. Otherwise, he's draining for 5. So... yeah, maybe he does that, but I don't know. You're draining for slightly more than he's retrieving, so maybe you just keep it going, but we'll see. Justin may be saying, yeah, I think you do get another because you'll get drained for 11. And you have 13 cards left, so maybe you do just say, okay, let's do that. But at the same time, like if he moves in front of Booster, you run the risk of a first strike battle getting another retrieval going, and that's not necessarily what he wants either. So Justin activates. He does not activate everything, so I don't think there's a draw up here. Yeah. Matt going for another card with keeping, like... he is going to bring him down low. Let's see where this goes. So, because, yeah, Justin can survive a turn of everything, including a drain, or including a battle, if he gets battled into at 1 location. He can't split in front of 2 locations. With 2 cards there, like he's only got 7 active. Who's he battling? Who can he even afford to deploy to the docking bay? Everybody comes down for +1 to Bespin. So let's see here. We get a drain of 1. Matt's got 3 cards in hand. I don't know that any of them are... There goes the Hujix, which, yep, so Matt was holding on to that forever. Yeah, Kylo costs 6, and then you just go, fine, I'm going to cause a damage and not retrieve, and, you know, maybe another damage for the drain. So we see the drain of 1 at Krita, rescuing the clouds, going lost. See another drain of 2 at the, yeah, P59 would be the other guy. And just count on Matt not having another rescue in the clouds to really stop it. Matt does have enough to barrier, though. Like, that's the thing. If you you block the drain of 2 somewhere, you can either move your guys in and block the drain of 2 at Nalhutta. So P59 actually is bad if he's got a barrier. Like, P59 drops you down to having 12 cards. Well, I guess then you're only getting drained for 9 instead of 11. P59's fine. So, well, no, you're still getting drained for 11 unless you move in front, because right now you're getting drained for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So you put a guy down, you're getting drained for 11, and you only have 12 cards total. So then you just get battled into. Like, if he's got a barrier, I don't think Justin can put a guy down. I don't think the math works. So Matt loses his last 2 drains, and he is saving 4 force, which says I have a barrier. So, yeah, it could be it's a trap, but either way, like, there went the rescue in the clouds from hand. So now what Justin really needs is a limited resources. Dan is losing his mind right now. Well, it's me and me doing the commentary, not Dan. But yeah, Dan, you know, we're all watching an extremely close game that's being played by 2 very, very good players and trying to discuss the different lines. So there's P59 to the docking bay. Now, is Matt sitting on that barrier? And actually, if he is, I almost think you move Zuckuss and Boba separately and block both system drains. And then you take a drain of 1 to the first strike instead of the damage of 2. Or you take 1 damage to first strike instead of 2. Even if he retrieves 1. I mean, if he's got rescue in the clouds, you're fine with that. Like, the rescue in the clouds doesn't bother Justin at all. Fine, I missed the shot. Oh well. I kill a guy. Yep, there's the barrier. So, paying 3 to stack and play the barrier. So, Matt is out of cards in hand, but Justin's only got 2 forests, and again, if he does nothing here, it's a drain of 11, and now he's down to 12 cards. So, Justin grabs the Force Lightning, which is immaterial. You know, he can 4-limit it back or whatever. It doesn't really make any difference whatsoever. Like, you 4-limit it back to know you have a 5 sitting there, but yeah, you can move both ships in front of Nalhutta, or you can split and move Zuckuss to Bespin and Boba to Nalhutta, and you force a battle at both locations, but like, you actually win that battle, I think, at Bespin. Like, that's part of it, is Matt's got to spend all that force, and I don't think he can necessarily retrieve. So he does move just both ships to Nalhutta and says, I don't know that you can effectively battle me there. And 4-loms that Force Lightning back for whatever. You know, in most cases, I think it'd be bad to split the ships. In this case, you're not going to lose Zuckuss at Bespin. And that's the guy, that's the ship you're worried about. Like, if you lose Boba, like, you only have a turn left anyways. You just need to hold one system to get your drain through. And if you activate and move all those guys there, like, Matt can't drain. If you do, you don't lose any. You don't give up the celebration drain, though. Like, I don't think you easily lose Zuckuss at Bespin, because the power, it's 5 power to 4. Hark gets a destiny to power, and Zuckuss gets a battle destiny. Like, I don't think you lose Zuckuss there. And to do that, you force Matt to not retrieve, which would be good. Because Matt would have had to save. You do that, and now Matt has to save. If he wants to start 3 battles, he can't retrieve and battle. Like, this way you allow Matt can still drain for 9, pay 4 to retrieve 4, and start 1 battle. And if you split up, he has to decide to either start a battle or take his lumps with the retrieval and not start a battle. I think splitting would have been an okay play there. Because, yeah, there's no way. Matt does not have anything he's coming at Zuckuss with 4 force, and really 3, because if you're going to come after him, you need to leave a force for battle destiny too. Like, there's nothing he's coming after Zuckuss with that actually hurts Zuckuss. Yeah, but I don't necessarily think you get outpowered. Like, Ancient Watering Hole doesn't add to your power destiny. So you've got power 5 to 4. Like, assuming Justin draws a 5 or 6, which he should know what he's got out there, he's fine with that. As we see, so Matt's gonna drain for 2, and Justin loses Caesar and Kylo. So those were the other options he had to drop on guys. Another drain of 2, loses another Gick from hand and another barrier. So Justin just drained his hand out here now. Drain of 2, loses Phantom Menace from reserve and Dark Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. Drains for 1 at the Upper Plaza, which is a Phantom Menace. And drain for 2 at Bespin. So we see a sneak attack and a Lord Maul. So Justin had a lot of 1s in there, which is kind of ugly and might have been part of the impetus. So Matt's going to retrieve 4 here and just eat a drain of 5 next turn. Like, I guess Justin not drawing up, saved him a force or 2, because I don't think there's any way he battles at Nal Hutta right now. I mean, it retrieves him 1, gives Justin 1, I guess, maybe. Like, I wouldn't hate it, and then you can just lose booster and not do there. I mean, yeah, you could battle at both, and same thing, you battle at the document and just don't lose anyone, but I don't know if you... I think first you battle at Nal Hutta if you're going to battle at both, because then the peel forces Justin to make a decision. Matt, see if he's going to retrieve 1 or not. Life count, Justin has 3 cards left total. Matt has 10 cards left total. All of them are down. Neither of them have a card in hand. Justin deciding if he wants to retrieve, I think, here. And yeah, Justin can decline Battle Destiny, and then Matt's down by 4 and just loses booster in this gate and calls it a day. Like, I thought about that, and Matt can't get stuck there into having to be battled. Justin declines to draw. Matt loses booster. And says, okay, I think Justin should draw simply if he draws high enough. I mean, Justin's got like, yeah, Matt's got like 10 in forfeit there, so he's not going to overflow him in all likelihood, but I guess a 7 would cause 1 overflow, which would be good. So I think Justin should draw. Declining doesn't get him anywhere. And there's a 6. So it does cost Matt everything. Like I said, a 7 would have overflowed Matt by 1. The 6 is fine. And now I assume Matt battles at the docking bay. And Justin loses the 6 that's in used. And then, like I said, I don't necessarily think not drawing helps him at all. Like, if he doesn't draw, Matt just loses booster. Yeah, assuming he loses 6, but I think he knows he's got a 5 underneath that. So you lose the, because you weren't going to have the 6 for P59. If he battles here and Justin didn't draw that battle, he loses that 6 off the top either way. So Justin has 1 card in reserve, 1 card in used. Matt has 9 cards in used, 1 card in force, and I think Matt's deciding if he wants to start a battle at the landing platform. And so that's one. I think he actually, I don't know if Justin shoots there. I think if he starts that battle, Justin doesn't shoot, and Justin draws Battle Destiny to try and win with power. So Justin, wow, Matt moves away from P59. So he accepts the drain of 1 and says, I'm not going to give you a card back with first strike. I don't necessarily see any benefit there. Like, Justin can't survive this turn of drain. Yeah, that would have been the other option, is shoot and then lose P59 to the differential, but at the same time, you had 1 force left. You could have drawn Battle Destiny and then on your turn battled with P59 again and caused 1 force loss that way. Like, I think it would have been fine either way. You see a drain of 1, Matt loses off reserve, drain of 2, Matt loses off reserve. Guess what? Where Matt's going to lose all his cards from this turn. Drain of 1, Matt's going to cancel it with the North Corridor, so that's why you move them over, because you can cancel that drain and then you saved yourself a force from the differential. This is where I think Justin draws up after these drains go through. There's absolutely no way to stop Celebration for 3. So you got Matt down to 4 cards, looks like it's going to be, as he gets a drain of 2 out here. And Matt goes down to 4 force total. I think Justin's got all his drains in. I don't see anything else here. Yep, he goes straight to battle, move. Yeah. Matt by 4 is a great outcome. Justin with 37 in lost, Matt with 31 in lost. So I believe they are playing again tomorrow night. That was a heck of a game. I really hope they just see Justin saying now or tomorrow. Let's do tomorrow. Good, because I've got some stuff I got to go do and didn't really want to try and run a second one. So I will confirm with Justin and MHT, but it should be tomorrow. Same bat time, I believe. So 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, sometime tomorrow, I think, for our European friends. And we will have a second game, and again with a differential of 4. Like, this is just going to be whoever wins the game. Hey, I love putting up with you guys in chat. Like, you know, good players in chat helping give me ideas, helping, you know, help us all learn. Like, it's great. I love doing this. I love you guys in chat playing along with me. I mean, 35 people just watched my, you know, dumbass talking about a game that's been dead for 25 years or out of print for 25 years. This is awesome, and I love each and every one of you. And you know, I hope I'll be streaming tomorrow, and then I think the OCS, I think all the top 16 games will be done tomorrow, so we'll have our top 8, and then everybody gets a break for Endor, which is coming up. Endor Super Weekend, Endor Grand Prix is a week away. Starts on Friday with, I believe, a OTSD sealed deck, and then Saturday, the main event. I will be streaming, I think, all day on Saturday, so I'm going to have a bunch of beverages here to keep myself hydrated and talking. And then the week after that is the Ohio Mega Tournament that I am going out to, and it sounds like a whole bunch of folks are coming out to, and it's going to be a heck of a show. So Dan is in chat begging for decks for Endor because apparently he thinks it's the arrow that makes the difference. Dan, it's, you know, you need people to send you skill, not decks. So we'll see how that works out. But thank you all for being here. This was awesome. I will see you tomorrow, again, either on here or on my personal stream. While we've got 2 OCS games going at, I believe, the same time tomorrow night. But James Martin, I'm sure, will post all over the place telling us all what's going on. It's going to be a great time. Thank you all for coming. Have a good night, everybody.